Hi. In our previous class, we have studied about the nomenclature, particularly trivial system of nomenclature. So the trivial system is also called as common naming, trivial naming or common naming. And I have sent some examples, some PDF examples. So all of you go through that examples, those examples. Right. So the next one is IUPAC nomenclature. So after trivial nomenclature, we learn about IUPAC nomenclature. So before learning IUPAC nomenclature, we have to learn some important concepts like hydrocarbon groups. Okay, right. So now we will learn about hydrocarbon groups. What are hydrocarbon groups? What is hydrocarbon group? See, if one or more hydrogen atoms are taken out from a hydrocarbon, then the group left is called hydrocarbon group. For example, CH4, methane, it is a hydrocarbon. What is the meaning of hydrocarbon? The compound which contain carbons and hydrogens only are said to be hydrocarbons. So this is an example for hydrocarbon. So one carbon it is having four hydrogens. Suppose if I take out one hydrogen, okay, if I take out one hydrogen, now the carbon is having only three hydrogens. So it is now this carbon is said to be univalent. That means one bond is vacant bond. So now one bond is vacant, hence it is said to be univalent carbon. Now this is called as a hydrocarbon group of methane. Okay, this is hydrocarbon and this is hydrocarbon group. What is hydrocarbon group? Hydrocarbon group means the group which is formed when hydrogen is removed from hydrocarbon. This is called as methane and this is called as methyl. Another example. So this is a hydrocarbon. Okay. Suppose if I remove one hydrogen, you may remove any hydrogen. So I may remove this hydrogen or else this hydrogen. Any hydrogen I may remove. Okay, you may remove any hydrogen. Then the obtained one is said to be hydrocarbon group. This is another type of hydrocarbon group. And this group is obtained from this hydrocarbon. Now, this is called as acetylene. Common name is acetylene. And it is called as ethine, IUPAC name. So, this is a hydrocarbon. If I remove one hydrogen, any hydrogen I may remove, either this or this. After removal of one or more hydrogens, then the obtained the leftover group is said to be hydrocarbon group. Now take this hydrocarbon. This is called as benzene. Okay, so this is hydrocarbon and you may remove any hydrogen. If you remove any hydrogen, so the leftover group is said to be hydrocarbon group. So like this, the hydrocarbon group means if one or more hydrogen atoms are taken out from a hydrocarbon, the group left is called hydrocarbon group. Okay, now let us learn some more concepts about these hydrocarbon groups. These hydrocarbon groups, there are three major types. Okay, they belong to three main classes. Hydrocarbon groups can be classified into three main classes. Okay, three main classes. What are they? Alicyclic hydrocarbon groups, alicyclic hydrocarbon groups. Okay, next, sorry, acyclic hydrocarbon group. Next one is alicyclic hydrocarbon group. Next, aromatic benzenoid hydrocarbon group. So like this, hydrocarbon groups are classified into three major classes: acyclic hydrocarbon groups, alicyclic hydrocarbon groups, aromatic hydrocarbon groups. So first we will study about acyclic hydrocarbon groups. They are again classified into three types. Alkyl groups, alkenyl groups, alkynyl groups, alkynyl groups. Okay, alkyl groups, alkynyl groups, alkynyl groups. Okay, so what are alkyl groups? Again, these alkyl groups, there are five types. One is normal alkyl groups. So we learn about normal alkyl groups. So second one is secondary alkyl groups. Okay, see, tertiary alkyl groups. Isoalkyl groups. Next, neoalkyl groups. Okay, so we will learn all these things in detail first. So first of all, we learn about normal alkyl groups, and afterwards we will continue. So we will continue learning all other things. So the first heading is normal alkyl groups. See, this group is formed by removal of one hydrogen atom from primary carbon. Okay, removal of one hydrogen atom from primary carbon. So the hydrogen atom which is attached to primary carbon is said to be primary hydrogen. Already we learnt about this. From the straight chain alkane. From the straight chain alkane. Okay, so what is alkane? Alkane is a hydrocarbon. Alkane is a hydrocarbon whose general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Alkane. Suppose from alkane, if you remove hydrogen atom from primary carbon, okay, then the obtained alkyl group is said to be normal alkyl group. For example, this is an alkane. Let us assume this is an alkane straight chain. Okay, straight chain. It should be straight chain. Normal alkyl group, straight chain. So actually, there are 4 carbons. If n is equal to 4, n means number of carbons, number of carbon atoms. Okay, and here number of atoms, simply number of carbon atoms, particularly number of carbon atoms. So if carbon atoms are 4, if n is equal to 4, carbon atoms are 4, then hydrogen atoms will be this much. So 2n plus 2 is number of hydrogen atoms. How many? So this number. So when it is 4, n is equal to 4, 2 into 4 plus 2, that means 8 plus 2, 10. There should be 10 hydrogens. So if it is alkane, it should possess 10 hydrogens like this. Okay, right. So can you identify the primary carbon? So this is the primary carbon, this is secondary carbon, because it is attached to 2 other carbon atoms. Even this is also secondary carbon, because it is attached to 2 other carbon atoms. This is primary carbon. There are 2 primary carbons. So removal of 1 hydrogen atom from primary carbon, from the straight chain alkane. Okay, so remove any hydrogen atom. We may remove this one, or this one, or this one, anyone. Suppose if I remove this one, then it is said to be normal alkyl group. Normal alkyl group. So this alkyl, so actually this is alkane. Generally, if you remove from alkane, if you remove 1 hydrogen, then it becomes alkyl. Okay, generally alkane is denoted like this, RH. R is connected to H. So this is minus H. So if you remove this H, then it becomes only R. So this becomes R, alkyl group. Alkyl group is generally denoted by R. Okay, so now this is called as, suppose any hydrogen. So only primary hydrogen I have to remove, either this one or this one. So actually, what is this one? This is called as propane. A means alkane. Okay, so alk, generally prop means 3 carbons. So N means, so like this, N means alkane will have this general formula. Okay, so this is, which alkane it is? It is propane. As it is having 4 carbons, sorry, it is butane. 4 carbons means butane. So it is butane. Okay, suppose if I remove 1 hydrogen, then it will become butyl. Alkane will become alkyl. Before that it was butane. So but remains as it is, alk remain as it is, N will become yl. So this N will become yl after removal of 1 hydrogen. So now this is called as alkyl, this is called as butyl. So it is an alkyl only. Which alkyl? It is butyl. It is called as N-butyl. N-butyl. Okay. Now it is called as N-butyl. So it is a common name. Its common name is N-butyl. But its IUPAC name is simply don't write N. Simply it is butyl. So in common name only we have to write this N. In IUPAC name no need of writing N. Simply you should not write N. Simply this one we have to carry. So this is N-butyl. Okay. Some more examples we will learn. We will learn some more examples. CH3, CH2. So it's a common name. I am writing common name first. Okay, common name and its IUPAC name. Okay, common name of this group. So this is alkyl. N means here R means alkyl. So if alkyl group is this one, so what is the common name of this one? So actually here it should be 3 hydrogens, but one hydrogen, after removal of one hydrogen, so it becomes monovalent. That means one bond is it is empty. So its common name is N-propyl. Okay, and its IUPAC name is propyl. Another CH3, CH2. One hydrogen is removed from this carbon. Now it is called as N-butyl. Already we have seen just now. N-butyl. IUPAC name is butyl. N-butyl. See, CH3, CH2. So one hydrogen is removed. So now it is alkyl. Which alkyl it is? N-pentyl. Pent means 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But means 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Prop means 3 carbons. So we have to remember. These are called as root words. Okay, root words for number of carbons. So N-pentyl. IUPAC name is pentyl. So like this, the normal alkyl groups can be studied. Okay. Now let us learn about the secondary alkyl group. Secondary alkyl group, it is also called as, simply we will write like this, sec alkyl, or we may write like this, S alkyl also, like this also we can write. Okay. Suppose this is the compound. Let us assume this is a compound. Okay, H3, H2, H3. Okay, right. So these are primary carbons and these are secondary carbons. If I remove hydrogen from primary carbon, then it is said to be primary alkyl, or also simply N-alkyl. I have removed primary hydrogen. Suppose instead of removing primary hydrogen, if I remove secondary hydrogen, means the hydrogen attached to secondary carbon is said to be second hydrogen. If I remove hydrogen from the primary carbon, it is said to be N-alkyl. If I remove hydrogen atom from the carbon, from the secondary carbon, then it is said to be secondary alkyl. It is called a secondary alkyl group. So it is an alkyl group, and this is called as secondary. It is called as secondary alkyl group. So that is the difference between N-alkyl group and secondary alkyl group. How secondary alkyl group is formed? Secondary alkyl group is formed by the removal of one hydrogen from the secondary carbon atom. So this is secondary carbon atom, this is primary carbon atom. If I remove hydrogen from primary carbon atom like this, then it is said to be N-alkyl group. And if I remove hydrogen from secondary carbon, then it is said to be secondary alkyl group. Okay. So here this is alkane, from alkane. Actually what is the this is derived from this alkane. So this is the parent alkane, and from this parent alkane, so after removal of one hydrogen from the primary carbon, you will get a N-alkyl group. Or else if you remove secondary hydrogen from the secondary carbon, then you will get a secondary alkyl group. Any hydrogen attached to any secondary carbon we may remove. We may remove this hydrogen also. Instead of this one, we may remove this hydrogen also, because this is also secondary carbon. As it is attached to two carbon atoms, it is said to be secondary carbon. Hence this hydrogen also, out of these two, any hydrogen also may be removed. Then also it is called as secondary alkyl group. Okay, so if you remove one hydrogen atom from secondary carbon atom from the alkane, then it is called as secondary alkyl group. Okay, it is denoted by sec alkyl or S alkyl, like this. So here in both the IUPAC nomenclature as well as in common nomenclature also, the same naming we have to use. We will learn some examples. Okay, so this is in both cases. In common nomenclature, common naming, and even in IUPAC naming also, the same name we have to use. Okay, so we will learn some examples of secondary alkyl groups. CH3, CH2, CH, CH3. So that means this hydrogen is removed. This bond is empty. That means this is secondary carbon. On secondary carbon, there is one vacant. One bond is empty. Hence this is called as secondary alkyl group. So which secondary alkyl group it is? It is called as secondary butyl group. Okay, secondary butyl group. So what is this one? This is alkyl group. Okay. Okay, so the common name and IUPAC name I am writing. Common name and IUPAC name are same. What is this one? Its common name is sec-butyl. IUPAC name is also secondary butyl. Okay, secondary butyl. Both are same. Another example. So these three are secondary carbons. So we may remove any hydrogen. Suppose if I remove one hydrogen from here, then it is called as, because this is secondary carbon, so hydrogen from secondary carbon is removed, hence it is called as secondary alkyl. And which alkyl it is? It is pentyl. It is secondary pentyl. secondary pentyl. Even in common IUPAC name also it is called as secondary pentyl. So like this, the secondary alkyl group can be denoted. Now let us learn about the tertiary alkyl group. Tertiary alkyl group. What is it? Tertiary. See, tertiary alkyl group. Okay, it is denoted by T alkyl group or tert. Simply we will write a tert or T alkyl. Okay. So actually, here the removal of hydrogen will be from the tertiary carbon. Tertiary carbon. For example, if there is a compound like this, okay, sorry. So now this carbon is said to be tertiary carbon because this carbon is attached to 3 carbon atoms. So these 2 hydrogens are attached to this carbon. These 2 hydrogens are attached to this carbon. And this hydrogen is attached to this carbon. So this carbon is directly attached to this carbon, this carbon, this carbon. One carbon, second carbon, third carbon. So as it is attached to 3 carbon atoms, it is said to be tertiary carbon. So if I remove this hydrogen from tertiary carbon, then it is said to be tertiary alkyl group. It is said to be tertiary alkyl group. Which alkyl it is? Altogether how many carbons are there? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there. Hence it is said to be tertiary. It is said to be tertiary. Okay, tertiary hexyl group, or also simply T-hexyl group. Okay, tertiary hexyl or T-hexyl, or else simply tert, hexyl. So like this we can denote. That means here in tertiary group, this tertiary group is formed, tertiary alkyl group is formed by the removal of one hydrogen atom from the tertiary carbon. From the tertiary carbon, if one hydrogen is removed, okay, then this is alkane. Actually this is alkane. Because alkane means CnH2n plus 2. The general molecular formula should be like this. So how many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there. So if it is 6, then hydrogen should be how many? So N is equal to 6. So 2 into 6 plus 2, that means 14. Hydrogen should be 14. Now count the number of hydrogens. So 3 to 5, 6, 6, 3, 9, 9 to 11, 11, 3, 14. So that means if any compound has carbons and hydrogens in this way, according to this formula, then that compound is said to be alkane. So which alkane it is? If N is equal to 1, it is said to be methane. If N is equal to 2, then it is said to be eth. If N is equal to 3, it is called as a prop. Okay, N. If N is equal to 4, it is called as but. N. If N is equal to 5, it is called as pent. N. If N is equal to 6, it is called as hex. N, like this. If N is equal to 7, it is called as hept. N. If N is equal to 8, It is called as octane. If n is equal to 9, it is called as nonane. If n is equal to 10, decane. Okay, so n is equal to 1, it is n is equal to 11. It is called as undecane. If n is equal to 12, it is called as dodecane. Tridecane, like that. So it will be like that. So here actually how many carbons are there? So altogether how many carbons are there? 6 carbons are there. If it is 6 carbons, then it is called as hexane. So here aryl. Why did I write here aryl? Because one hydrogen is removed. So actually this is hexane. But if I remove hydrogen, then it will become hexyl. So which hydrogen I have removed? I have removed hydrogen from the tertiary carbon. Hence it is said to be tertiary hexyl, or else T-hexyl, tertiary hexyl group. So this is called as tertiary hexyl group. So this is a hydrocarbon group. Okay, like this. So like this, the tertiary alkyl groups can be written. So I will give you one more example, or else one or two examples more. So what is the name of this one? So actually it should be hydrogen, but that hydrogen is removed. So what is the name of this one? So this is tertiary carbon. How many carbons are there altogether? 4 carbons. 4 carbons means but. And if one hydrogen is removed, it is said to be aryl, butyl. And from which carbon it is removed? From tertiary carbon it is removed. Hence it is said to be butyl. It is said to be tertiary butyl. Another example. So this hydrogen, actually there should be hydrogen here. I have removed hydrogen. Now actually what is the name? How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons are there. 5 carbons are there means pent. Okay. Now I have removed one hydrogen. So it will become aryl, pentyl. From which carbon I have removed? From tertiary carbon I have removed, because this carbon is a tertiary carbon. As it is attached to 3 other carbon atoms, hence it is said to be tertiary carbon. So now the name of this hydrocarbon group is tertiary pentyl. So like this, the tertiary alkyl groups can be written. Next, isoalkyl groups. Isoalkyl group. What is isoalkyl group? See, in isoalkyl group, so one end of the compound should contain CH2 group like this. Okay, CH2 group, CH2, and one bond is empty. And this side carbon chain, this is carbon chain. Okay, this is carbon chain. So so this is carbon, this is empty. And other end should contain this group. Okay, the other end. So one end should be like this, and another end should be like this. See, so this is the last carbon, last but one carbon. On last but one carbon there is one CH3 group, and this is the carbon chain. So this is attached to carbon chain. For example, and one more thing. So the condition is one end should be this one, other end should be this one, and no other branching. There should not be other branching at other places. There should not be branching at other places. Let us learn with an example. Look here. So this is a compound. Okay. So from this compound, so this is one end. One end is having CH3, CH3, and this bond is continued with other carbon atom. So like this, other end, one end is like this, and other end, this is other end. So we have to remove, because alkyl, as it is aryl, we have to remove one hydrogen. Otherwise it should be three hydrogens. Okay, here this other end we have to remove one hydrogen. So this end we have to remove one hydrogen, and that will be that means one bond is empty. So the other end is having which group? CH2 group. So one end is having CH2 group, and another end is this group. So like this, and there is no branching in between. Branching means like this. So this is a chain. If this is the chain, then if any other carbons, any other chain is attached to this main chain, then it is said to be branching. So here there should not be any branching. So there should not be branching at other places. Okay, so now this is called as isoalkyl group. So which alkyl it is? This one. So count the number of carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are there. 6 carbon means a hex. One hydrogen is removed. Remember that. So only from this carbon only we have to remove hydrogen for isoalkyl groups. So we should not remove hydrogen from any other carbon atoms. Only from this carbon, this terminal. Don't remove hydrogen from this terminal carbons. Only from this terminal carbon only we have to remove hydrogen. So this hydrogen is removed. So when hydrogen is removed, we have to write aryl. So aryl, hexyl. Which hexyl means? So as it is having this one and this one, it is said to be isohexyl. Isohexyl. Or else simply we may write this as ialkyl also we may write like this. Or else simply ihexyl or isohexyl. So like this. Here this carbon is monovalent carbon. Monovalent carbon means if one hydrogen is removed from any carbon, then that carbon is said to be monovalent carbon. So this is a monovalent carbon. Okay, right. Suppose another example we will learn. One more example we will see. CH3, CH3. Okay, so this is must and should at one end. Okay, and the other end. So it will, and it is attached to carbon atoms like this. Actually, the end carbon, it should be three hydrogens, but when one